Hello everyone. Thank you for providing me the opportunity to explain you the current situation of our mosque issue. And very unfortunately, I'm not here to explain some good situation. So we are currently going through a very hard phase of this whole project, and we are constantly facing, like, we are feeling that we are being cornered by the government authorities and whoever is like playing the role inside this situation. So let me explain you what happened in the previous few months. So actually, after the Supreme Court gave the permission to construct our mosque, and it is legal to construct the mosque here, we actually asked our site manager to resume the construction as soon as possible, and he asked us that now the prices has been raised and we need to increase the cost which we initially contracted with him. So we agreed to that, and we discussed like the new costs, and we came into a mutual contract, and we paid him a big amount of that money already. And then we were like constantly asking him to please continue this construction as soon as possible, and like every time he was kind of making excuses. Today the weather is not good, today that thing is happening, today the people are coming. And also, like, it was the responsibility of the police to ensure the rule of law and to hold on the protests, or like those kind of things, because we have the permission of the Supreme Court. So that was what we were asking from him. But in our discussions, he constantly kept mentioning that someone from the government authorities, in particular someone from the district office, is like constantly pressurizing him to leave this construction and to leave this site. And we did told him that if this is the situation, so you should tell to him that I'm just a site manager, you should talk to the owners and you should deal with the owners, not with me. But like he kept on saying like they are constantly pressurizing me and you don't know like what I'm going through. So suddenly we got to know that he actually, after this pressurizing things which he discussed with us, suddenly we got to know that he made a stud bolt issue, which you might have heard. And actually we came to know about that after several months, not immediately. He kept it hidden from us, and we first got to know it when we received the notice from the district office, which like who instructed us to correct this mistake. So because we are non-technical people, we are students here, we don't know the technicalities of the construction, so we were only responsible to pay him the money. He was responsible for the construction. But then like he said that when we talked to him like please correct this mistake as soon as possible, we just are paying you to construct this mosque according to the blueprints. And he said, don't worry, this is like a very normal issue, I will correct it. So we were relaxed. Okay, he will look after that. And then what happened is like for several weeks he didn't do any progress in that thing. And then suddenly we received another notice from the district office, like asking like they will halt this construction if we do not correct. So then we became much more fearful of like they will halt this construction. So we talked to the site manager, and then we also asked him like, okay, we will provide you some help with third firm who can analyze this safety report for you, and then they will submit. So although like we did it from ourselves, we prepared a safety diagnosis report, which was not our responsibility, it was the responsibility of the site manager, but still we prepared it on our behalf. And then we submitted it to the district office within the third deadline. But then they didn't review it within the deadline, and after the deadline passed, they just issued the halt order that we haven't followed their instructions, and so that's why they're halting this construction. So that's like a very disappointing situation, very disappointing behavior from the district office as well. And because like they are, it feels like they are siding with the opposing groups. And then in the meanwhile, during our mediations with the district office, they constantly said about this like, just we will give you the money, we will buy this place from you, and just look another place for yourself. So this was like very shocking for us as well, and very disappointing for us, because the government authorities are responsible to ensure the rule of law. They should not take part of any side. So this is like what is happening to us, and now we are being cornered. And then on the top of that, so I'm very sad to say that we are being blackmailed, and the site manager was constantly asking for more and more money, and even for correcting his own mistake, the stud bolt issue, it was his mistake, because of which we are facing all this trouble, and because of which the construction was halted. So then he was even asking the money for that and more money. So we did try to persuade him, and we did try to request him to please continue the construction as per the plan, but unfortunately we had to go to a lawsuit against him. So now we have filed a lawsuit against the site manager. So this is like what's happening, and our whole community is very disappointed, and everything is happening, and people think that foreigners are constructing the mosque against the blueprints. But I think this is like a very bad perception going against us. We are non-technical people. We are not constructing this mosque ourselves. We are just paying it, and the constructor is a Korean person. The inspectors are Korean people, and the district office consists of the Korean people. Everything, and even the decision was provided by the Korean court. So if you need to blame someone, then blame your own people, because like we really feel disappointed when we are being cornered, as well as then we are blamed as a foreigner. And the people who hate foreigners, they are like coming into forces and trying to cash this opportunity against us. I hope one day we can see that this mosque is being constructed according to the law. Thank you so much.